The BBC's Ben Brown.
The return to Britain's embassy here was nothing if not spectacular. 85 Royal Marines and other troops abseiling down from half a dozen helicopters, Chinooks and Sea Kings. They were the first British soldiers into Kuwait City itself, and they'd come to clear the embassy of any mines or booby-trap bombs the Iraqis might have planted. For the troops, there was a warm welcome from Kuwaitis here who watched the operation enthralled. After a few hours, the embassy building was declared safe, and now it was time for the arrival of the ambassador himself, also landing by helicopter, but on a football pitch nearby. Mr. Weston was greeted by grateful Kuwaitis. For him and for them, it was a moment of high emotion.
Feels absolutely tremendous to be back. Very exciting.
Did you think you would get back here this soon?
No, I mean, I always hoped so, but certainly when the ground war started, I didn't think I'd be back so soon.
What do you think of the tasks ahead for Kuwait City now, sir?
Well, I haven't seen very much, but what I have seen is quite horrifying. I'd no idea. Yes. I mean, you've been describing very dramatically what a mess has been made of the place and the fires, but until one actually flies over them, I don't think one can believe how terrible it is.
For almost 5 months, Mr. Weston had held out in the embassy under siege by Iraqi troops. He and his consul Larry Banks were the last diplomats to leave Kuwait City on December the 16th. Defiance designed to show that Kuwait was still recognized as an independent country, not as Iraq's 19th province. So tonight, Mr. Weston raised the Union flag once more. On a wet and windy evening, it took the troops several minutes to hoist it up. Officially, of course, this embassy had never been closed, simply evacuated. But now it will have much work to do, rebuilding the British community here and trying to win British companies lucrative contracts for the reconstruction of Kuwait. Okay. Today, the American embassy here was also being reopened, US troops taking as much care as their British counterparts to check the building for booby traps. And in a school next door to the embassy, US Marines made a remarkable discovery. An Iraqi command and control center with the floor covered by a vast sandpit plan of the Kuwaiti coast, revealing exactly how Iraq's army hoped to defend it. The plan shows the precise positions of Iraqi troops, tanks and artillery, and these red arrows indicate where the Iraqis assumed thousands of Marines would launch an amphibious assault to retake Kuwait.
You see the different placards, the white and the blue and the pink. Those specify certain specific units, divisions by name and their strength.
You can see the, looks like inverted spoons almost crossed. It's military symbology for chemical weapons. And they have them in different locations with artillery pieces, and back here maybe a staging area for further munitions.
But in the end, Saddam Hussein's intricate plans for the defense of Kuwait City came to absolutely nothing. His thousands of troops here simply retreated en masse, even though the American Marines never even launched their amphibious attack.